Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them all dressed like $1 million bucks, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh yeah, listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, why don't you join in? Steve Harvey, you know, better give me some eggs while I listen. Steve Harvey, won't you join in with me? If you're with me, help me say, I'm go Brady, go on. You gotta turn it on, yeah. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Know y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn them on. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Well, I got to tell you something, everybody, and this is great news for everybody, that I'm going to share something with your principle of becoming successful at whatever level you choose. It can be successful in a relationship, successful in the family. Success is maybe considered to you becoming a homeowner. It could be being debt-free. Your idea of success could be $60,000 a year, $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year. It doesn't matter. If you're considering it, if you're wanting it, if you have a desire to become successful, I want to share with you the very beginning of that. If no one's ever done it, I'm going to say the beginning of it today. See, Scripture makes it very clear for us that the only thing you need to become successful is already inside of you. It's not an external need. God wouldn't do that to you. He puts the core basis of everything you need inside of you. So if you discover it, if you tend to it, nurture it, fertilize it, and water it, it grows, it branches out. Then it reaches out externally and it starts grabbing things outside of there to make it even bigger, stronger, better, last longer. But in the very beginning, you don't need anything. It's all within you. And if you cultivate your relationship with God, it comes out, it flourishes. Now let me tell you, that thing that I'm talking about is a God-given gift that He has given to all of us. We all possess it. It is all within us. Everybody has a gift. Had somebody told me what I know now, back then, I would have saved myself tons of mistakes. I just didn't know the principles. I had to learn them all. Well, one of the principles of becoming successful is your mindset. You got to get your mind right. Now, this mindset is simply a decision that you can make. I can't get it for you. I can tell you what to do, but you got to make the decision. You that's listening have to decide, you know what? I'm going to go on and get at it. I'm going to stop renting. I'm going to become a homeowner. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop living check to check. I'm going to put a budget together. I'm going to stop stepping out on my family. I'm going to go home. I'm going to get it together. I'm going to stop using. When you make these decisions, that's correcting your mindset. Now, the closer connection you have with God, the more help you get sustaining the mindset. How many times have you started to do something and you stopped? How many resolutions have you made at the new year and stopped by February? Over with by mid-January, done in March. Because if you don't have a clear connection with your Creator to help you carry out, the other force out there, that evil force, is designed to get you not to reach your goals, get you not to come to resolution with whatever the resolutions are you made, so you can consider yourself not worthy or a failure or unable to do something. But the more things you are able to accomplish, the greater your confidence grows. So we got to get your mindset together. Your mindset is a decision that you have to make. When you make the decision, you can begin the process. Your mindset is also a will of yours, a will along with the decision, a willingness to do right, a willingness to change, a willingness to be better. It's going to then cause you to have to make a decision to make a change of direction. Don't go where everybody else going. You got to go your way now. You can't follow the crowd. You got to take a less traveled path. You cannot do this without changing your direction. You can't keep hanging with the people you've been hanging with if you want to be different, because they not. Then you have to develop an obligation to yourself. You've got to say, you know what, for me and my family, or if you don't have a family, for me, I owe it to myself. I have an obligation to myself to be the best me that I can possibly be, to be the best self that I can possibly be, to be the best father, the best man, the best husband, the best wife, the best mother, the best daughter, the best son, the best student, the best employee, the best owner. You have an obligation to yourself to give yourself a shot at the best life you can. That's an obligation. You owe that to yourself. Why would you not live the best life that you possibly could? You have an obligation to yourself. Why would you cheat yourself like that? Why would you take yourself and never allow yourself to see the goodness that's already in you, to have the abundance that's been promised to you, to go and explore all the riches out there that's available to you? And but one of the worst ways that you can rob yourself of the joy of your obligation is to keep comparing yourself to somebody else. Because guess what, man? That ain't your life. You ain't Jay-Z and Beyonce. You're not Oprah and Stedman. That's not who you are. Quit looking around at everybody else. That comparison of everybody else will keep you broken. It'll keep you unhappy. You won't even be able to be grateful for what you have because you steady talking about what you don't have. That's not the way, man. You have an obligation to yourself to be the best you can be, not the best them. You're not them. Stop trying to be them. Be the best you. It's cool. You got a nice little house. That's cool. You know how many big houses is empty and filled with hate and resentment? I'd rather have a smaller house filled with joy in it than to go to a big house. Man, Prince got a line in a song that says, I realized in its best disguise, a pretty house don't make a home. Man, don't you know I know how true that is. So I'm just trying to tell you. Now, another part of the mindset is taking dead aim at your life's goals and ambitions. What are they? What are your goals and your visions? What do you see for yourself? What do you dream about? If you knew you couldn't fail at whatever it is you were attempting, what would you go attempt? See, that's what we need to be after. It's a mindset, y'all. It's a decision. It's a will. It's a change of direction. It's an obligation to yourself. It's taking dead aim at your life's visions and goals. Come on, man. You got to get your mind wrapped around this thing. You owe it to yourself to live the best life you can be. Come on, man. Talk to God. God got something for you. You just got to check in with him.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Another song. I just wanna stop. The world ain't right with quarantine. I just wanna stop. The world never be the same again.
Come on,
I just wanna stop quarantine. Oh, stop. Ain't no vaccine. Stop. Still in quarantine. Oh, stop.
He lost his mind.
Yeah.
Completely.
That's all it is. Gino Vanelli, boy. That was my jam back in the day, though, boy. The world ain't right without you, babe. I just wanna stop. Come on. Yeah. That was my jam. Shirley Strawberry.
Good morning.
Carla Farrell.
Hey, Steve. What's up, crew?
Look at that, look at that, look at that. Junior.
Morning, everybody. Morning,
Come on round there, J.M. and the Brown.
I wanna go outside, but I can't.
It may sound crazy, but I wanna go outside.
But I can't.
But I can't.
Okay. Did you black out?
Cause
not verse 2.
I was there, boy. I was there, boy.
Oh,
you don't
already
understand.
know.
That J was my jam.
Scared.
Senior,
I didn't know what happened.
Michelle Hawkins,
Oh my God.
walking to the table with my tray in my hand, and she had told me she wasn't going to the prom with me.
Oh,
God,
heartbreaker. Heartbreaker.
I wanna
Oh,
go
high
outside.
If I was lucky enough to get a dance off that song, boy, I impregnated some people, boy, because I was up in there, boy. I was already
Dancing.
I was
Nephew
blowing.
Tommy. Stop this thing right now.
Top of the morning. You've unleashed him already, so let him ride.
Yeah, I just.
Just remember this, Steve. 3 words. You hired him. Okay.
Yes.
You know what?
Yeah.
We
No,
way
seriously.
back.
I'm grateful.
We go way back.
I hired Jay. I hired Tommy.
Two great talents.
You know, it's
right
been 2 of the biggest mistakes.
Talk about we
I
want
mean,
a
good-
do-over.
there. Good talent, man.
I mean, if you talk
I
about
don't receive
Two of the
that
biggest
at all.
having done something and went and had to sit with myself with no one to blame.
We here for a reason, Jay.
That's right,
We
yeah.
here for a reason.
I know I bought it on myself. I owe no blame to no one else. Now I realize I
right.
can't get over you.
Okay,
That's
all right.
my jam.
And I'm telling you.
All right. Coming up in 32 minutes after the hour, huge crowds gather over the Memorial Day weekend, ignoring social distancing rules. We'll find out what the crew did over the weekend right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, yesterday was Memorial Day, which is the holiday that unofficially kicks off summer. And over the weekend, it was a 3-day weekend, of course. Did you all see these large crowds? I mean, they were everywhere, at beaches, at parks, at bars, pool parties. I mean, what was the thought party?
Yeah, that's in my home. That's here in Houston.
In Houston?
Yes.
I mean, people were acting
Man.
like everything was normal, like there was no coronavirus or no social distancing rules. I mean, it was very dangerous. It puts everyone at risk of catching this virus. And the virus has killed, Steve, almost 100,000 Americans.
I don't know what people. I guess Monica Barnes sent me the best text that pretty much described it all.
I love that.
Because it said, I still can't get over how Americans got tired of COVID and just decided it was over.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
People are
seriously,
restless.
man.
They're restless. They're
Yeah.
tired of being indoors. The weather is nice. They want to get
Yeah.
out. So they
And
just
you know
think it's
what?
gone.
I got it, but
Oh, yeah.
there isn't a vaccine.
Right.
There isn't a cure.
Right.
There's nothing that they've come up with that even makes you feel better when you get it. It's a case by case. Some people die from it. We've got almost 100,000.
Yeah.
I just can't. I
serious.
can't take the chance of how I would react to it to go out and just take a shot at getting it.
I mean, we have been self-quarantined, stay-at-home orders. We have stayed away from the virus. The virus is still there. We've just been indoors. So
Yeah.
if you go out and just
Fool.
ignore, what'd you say, Tommy?
Fool.
And ignore everything that they've been telling us to do, mask and social distancing, you could get the virus.
And when you see
Yeah.
that many people, in one picture, you have got to say to yourself, there's got to be one infected MF.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No, it's more than that.
No
It's
mask.
more than that.
No mask.
But the people that are complaining, talking about, we want our countries to be open. We want everything open and let us decide for ourselves about our health. We don't need the government to decide what keeps us safe. Excuse me, miss, listen to me. This is not just about you.
Right.
We are trying to keep the masses safe. If COVID worked this way, you could go outside and say, okay, I want the COVID so I can get it and get it over with. And then somebody could say, I don't want any COVID at all. If that's how it worked, then cool. I say let everybody make their choice. But that's not how it works.
It doesn't, Steve.
You don't have to want it at all.
Right.
There's no respect. The virus has no respect.
Yeah, no respect to person.
Black.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Right.
know
Oh,
that
you don't
someone's giving it to you.
Right.
You don't have to know that it's in the air.
Yeah.
It's just there, and you happen to be there where it was at, and you got it. That's
Right.
the problem.
And then when you get it, then you have to go to the hospital if you're
And you want the
lucky enough
hospital
make-
to.
Right.
You
and
want
then
them to take care of you after you go get it.
Yeah, then you want them to take care of you. They're already stressed out and on the front lines and taking care of everyone. They need a break too. I mean, a lot of them have been in commercials saying, you stay home so we can go to work. You stay home and stay safe so we can go to work. But I saw, we were talking earlier, I saw this one lady on TV saying that she thought, Steve, that she didn't want anybody, the mask represented people manipulating her, dominating her, and trying to control her.
And you know what I say
Are
to
you
that
crazy?
lady right there?
You're making it a partisan issue.
They're not
Yeah.
talking to just you.
Yeah.
This ain't some dude with making a sexist statement. Excuse me, ma'am. Somebody trying to dominate and manipulate you. This is for everybody. Steve got that same rule. They want Steve to do the same thing. They want everybody to do the same thing. Ain't nobody manipulating, trying to dominate you. People kill me, man, when they personalize it and make it just about them.
Control
I
you.
wish that this was a matter of choice, where you could just make the decision, I want it. I'll take the corona
And you
so I can
build up
get it over with.
antibodies and get it over
And then,
with.
because
Yeah.
I think my immune system could take it. It'd be like the flu, and then I'll have it. Then I won't have to worry about it no more. And then I ain't got to wear no mask or nothing. I wish it worked like that, but it don't.
Right. And then when you
But
wear
it
the
don't.
mask, it's to protect other people.
Not
It's to
just
show that
you,
you care about other
butthole.
people. Yeah, you know.
Respect. It's respect.
It's just, yeah, it's common decency. It's respect for your fellow man. I mean, it's all those
But you know
things.
what,
And,
Shirley?
and the other part is we need a class on how to teach some of these people to wear the mask. It don't go under your chin. It don't have your nose.
It go over
stick
your
out.
nose.
It don't.
Yeah.
It goes over your nose. Your nose shouldn't be sticking out. It don't go over your eyes. It's just like, the hell is wrong with some of these people?
Well, that's the class right there, Jay. You just told them how to wear it. Yeah.
Dumbass.
Everybody says,
But you just want to yell at people who are not wearing a mask, but you can't. You just want to yell at everybody.
I
Not-
can't breathe.
Uh-huh.
That's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, I'm sorry.
That's the discomfort
My
you
mask
have to
is
deal
hot.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. My mask is hot. Yes. It's a little bit uncomfortable to wear a mask. Got it.
Mouth
But
wide
here's-
open, though.
Yeah. Here's the consequences of not wearing the mask. And, you know, I see people with masks on, and then I look at those pictures. That picture in the Ozark, Missouri,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
where, and the thing was
Impact.
no mask, get in free. I just
In
went,
Houston at the
okay,
pool party. Yeah.
are you
But it's
serious,
not
man?
about your freedom. This is nothing. You're already free. What are you talking about?
We too free.
Yeah, you're
We
already
ain't got no
free.
damn rules over here. That's
We're-
why our ass is free and leading in COVID cases and leading in deaths.
Yeah.
Because we free.
All right,
Keep
we're gonna
singing that national anthem.
we're gonna switch
Land
gears.
of the free. Sing it.
Bring in the nephew. Coming up with Run That Prank Back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Miss Ann is standing by with today's national coronavirus news update. Also in trending news, Detroit's former mayor Kwame Kilpatrick will be released from prison soon.
Come on. Yeah. Come on.
But right now, it is time for the nephew to run that prank back. All right, nephew, what you got for us?
Child support late. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello?
Hello, my sweetheart. Called.
Yeah, who is this?
This Preston, man. Me and your ex, we've been kicking it for the last 3 months.
Man, I don't care about you and me and we not together. Me and we not together. So why you calling me?
Okay, yeah, no, that's cool right there. I understand all that.
You calling me to tell me that y'all together or something? I don't care about what you and do. Me and not together. I don't give a damn about what do.
No, player, I understand that. What I was calling you about was, you kind of behind like 2-3 months on the child support, man, and I told I was going to handle this.
What?
Well, I told her I was going to handle the situation, so.
Nah, I don't need you to handle nothing. You don't need to be
well,
worried about how many months I'm behind. Who the hell telling you all this anyway?
When can we expect another payment is what I'm asking you.
First of all, don't you ever call my phone with that. You understand me? Don't call my phone, man, because I'm worried about my daughter, man.
I ain't trying to handle no situation.
I don't need you on my back, and I don't need you on my back about no damn child support, because I do for my daughter, man. So don't call my phone with that, okay?
Okay, well, let me ask you, is you working right now?
Man, say, listen here. What's your name? Preston?
Yeah, Preston. What I'm saying is you working right now.
Preston, I do whatever it takes to take care of my daughter, man. So don't you worry about my job security and what I'm doing.
Okay, well, Why not just come by there whenever you get paid next time so I can pick up the child support?
Man, you don't need to come by nowhere. I tell you what, yeah, Preston, you bring your around. You come, I'm giving you directions right now. You bring your on over here, because I want to see your calling my damn phone, talking about my damn daughter.
Hey, man, we looking out for the well-being of the baby, man. That's what we looking.
What you think I've been doing ever since she came in this world? That's what I've been doing ever since she got here. Been looking out for her well-being, and some come just getting a picture. You want to tell me about my daughter well-being? You crazy.
Why is you 3 months behind then, man?
Matter of fact, I do everything I can for my daughter. So for you to sit up here and call me talking about I'm 3 months behind, I don't even keep up with that. I send money when I can. I do for my daughter. I do for my daughter before I do for myself. So if I ain't got it to send, that mean I ain't got it at all. But give me a second and I'll go get it. But don't be calling me about my daughter, man, talking about I'm 3 months behind.
Okay, well, look here. First of all, I ain't working right now, so we really need you to go on and get the money over.
What? Hold on. You ain't working, but I'm out here hustling. You calling me about some money? But you over there laying over. Both of y'all need to get off y'all and do what the hell I'm doing. That's what I can't understand. It's two of you, but it's one of me. And you want to come to me with that?
Man, I told I was going to handle this situation by being behind on this, this little child support situation. That's all I'm saying. I need you to go on and give me a date, man, on when we can expect a payment.
Okay, I'm giving you a date right now. Bring your over here right now and come pick up the payment. I got it for you right now. You just tell me what kind of car you drive so I know. Because I don't want to bust the wrong that pull up in my driveway by mistake. I do everything for my daughter. My daughter don't have no wants or no needs. I put shoes on her feet, clothes on her back, food in her stomach. I do everything for her. I don't need you at all. My daughter don't need you at all. I pick her up from school every day and take her to her grandmother's house. So I don't want to hear about no 2 or 3 months behind, because she ain't with I can see if I went 2 or 3 months and she with
Okay, listen, man. That's another thing what me and talked about. We're not going to need you to be picking her up from the school no more. I'm going to be getting her from the school when she get out.
Man, you done lost your I wish I would catch your up in my daughter's school. You ain't picking up my daughter, man. I don't even know who the hell you are.
I told you my name is Preston, man.
Man, I don't give a about no Preston. You better not, I'm telling you what, man. I don't want you nowhere near my daughter. That I'm going to talk right now, because I don't want you nowhere near my daughter, man. You understand me? I don't want you nowhere near my daughter, man. If I catch you near my daughter, I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going to let my daughter know. If she sees you together.
Me and the baby is getting along fine, man. All I'm saying is we just need you to send the money, man.
You and yeah, I'm glad y'all doing good, because she anyway. But don't put my daughter in the middle of this, man.
Man, I'm just happen to be in between jobs. That's all, man.
Well, you need to get off your and look in between your cheeks and go find you something. Find you a manhood sitting up there probably on the couch eating up all her Pop-Tarts and
I've only had 2 of them Pop-Tarts, man. That's all.
You ain't supposed to be having none of them, because I bought that for my daughter, man, and I appreciate you eating none of that over there. You need to get off your and feed yourself like I do. I feed myself and my daughter and probably your.
Let me say this here, man. I just want to talk to you about our child, man.
Our child? That ain't your child. That's my child.
I'm taking the responsibility.
You ain't got nothing to do with her, though. You ain't got, say, man, don't you ever say that, man. Don't you ever say that to me, man. That is not our child, man. That's my child. Let me tell you something, man. Put your ear to this phone real close, man.
I'm listening
about my daughter, man.
I'm trying to handle this like men is what I'm trying to do.
You ain't been here the whole time. You trying to walk up in here and talk about our. I'm her daddy, man.
I'm just trying to be a good stepfather, man, and get the child support.
Stepfather, y'all got to get married first. You ain't no man. Say, look. I'm gonna talk to and handle this. I guarantee you.
No, hold on.
No.
You don't talk to no more. You understand what I'm saying? You talk to me. You're dealing with me. I told I was gonna handle it. So you're gonna make me mad now. Like I done told you now. You don't talk no more.
I talk to whenever I want to. We got a child together. You just got in the piss.
Don't you call no more. You don't talk to ever. You talk to me from now on. You talk to Preston.
I'm gonna talk to and I'm gonna have this dealt with. Trust me.
Hey man, you don't call man. You deal with me. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
I'm not dealing with you with a thing. You hear me? The only thing I'm gonna deal with you is my foot up your. That's how I'm gonna deal with you.
Look here, I got one more thing I need to say to you, man.
I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say, player. I done heard everything you had to say. Let me tell you something, man. You want a job? We hiring right now. I'll put you in with the man in charge. I'll get you a job.
Nobody want to work with you, man. I don't like your attitude.
You need to work with somebody because you ain't working with nobody right now.
I got one more thing I need to say to you. Is you listening?
Man, say what the hell you got to say, man.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Man, I don't give a damn. Say, man, I don't care who the you are. I don't play about my daughter, man.
No, it's Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your cousin Kendrick, man.
Oh, man. I'm going to kill this.
You all right?
Oh, no, man, because I don't play about my daughter like that, man. That's my world, man. That's my heart, man. I don't play like that, man.
What is the baddest? I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land.
Man, the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, nephew, Lord. Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment and national news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In trending Detroit news, once known as the hip-hop mayor for his swag, former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick was convicted back in 2013 and sentenced to 28 years after his public corruption trial. However, now we're hearing that Kilpatrick could be released soon, possibly by the second week in June. So in a few weeks, due to the coronavirus.
I like that a lot.
I like that because
Not you,
I
R.
thought he
Kelly.
was
R. Kelly, not you. Put your stuff down. R. Kelly, you're not going home. I know. You're not going.
You know, now, Kwame, my boy, I played golf with his father, too.
Yo, okay. We sure do.
Kwame gonna get out of prison soon.
Yeah, second week in junior thing.
And really
Steve.
praying and hoping that he does. And if he does, we got some things that he need to know before he get out.
Hurry up.
Oh, do we?
Just some things.
Just some stuff, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Kwame, men are wearing their haircuts lower now. So if you might want to get the prison barber to kind of tighten you up before you get out. Get one last barber tight cut before you come out. And here's another one, Kwame. Listen to this here. As soon as you get out, you're going to meet some of your old friends and you're going to try to give them a high five. We not doing that no more. This COVID thing is real out here. All we doing is elbow bumping now. Also, I saw you exercising on the prison yard. Them great big old over-the-head headphones. Unless you doing a radio show, they out. They got these things now, Kwame, called pods. You just put it right in your ear. Man, now, Kwame, they're going to trip you out when you get out, man, but you got to get you some. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you a couple pair.
I hate him.
Now, here's something else, Kwame. If you get out, you're going to want to cut back on a whole lot of your jewelry.
Oh, you know.
Too much bling, Steve?
Yeah, I want you to do that.
They're not doing change.
And also, Kwame, them big cross-colored jackets and them embossed jackets and bomber jackets with money on it and all that and pleats and ain't no more suits got 10 buttons on it. All that's out.
How many buttons we down to?
Yeah, we just 2 and 3 now. Also, Kwame, hard street shoes, church shoes, Gators, Crocs, block Crocs, square toes, all that's out.
That's out.
Detroit. That's Detroit.
Uh-oh.
High collar dress shirts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to wear nothing.
Want that button on it.
And let me tell you this one here. Listen to me, Kwame. Don't play no R. Kelly music. No more.
That's out. That's out.
Now,
That's out. That's for sure out.
Now, even if you saw him while you was in there, maybe he told you everything that went down, and maybe you missed the R. Kelly documentary. Surviving R. Kelly, you might have missed that. And last but not least, this is just for you. Don't do like other former criminals get out. Stay your ass off Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Zoom. Don't your ass dare TikTok or YouTube. Come on home, Kwame. We're waiting on
love
you,
it.
baby.
Come
Steve
on,
Harvey Morning
Kwame.
Show. 92.3 The Mix in the D. Waiting on Kwame, baby. Back
We
to the
love
crib,
Kwame.
doggy.
All right, Steve, let's go on to the headlines now,
Ladies and
please.
gentlemen, Miss Ann.
Oh, try to get serious.
It's suave, you know, there's so many levels.
Enter with the news. President Trump made a Memorial Day appearance yesterday at both Arlington National Cemetery and at the Fort McHenry National Monument in Baltimore, where the commander-in-chief not only paid tribute to America's fallen military men and women, but to the people risking their lives every day fighting for the lives of the victims of COVID-19.
Tens of thousands of service members and National Guardsmen are on the front lines of our war against this terrible virus, caring for patients, delivering critical supplies, and working night and day to safeguard our citizens.
Meanwhile, Brazil now, the Brazilians being barred from entering the U.S. because of reports that the coronavirus there is rapidly escalating. In fact, Brazil now has more corona cases than any other nation except the United States. NBA Hall of Famer Patrick Ewing was hospitalized over the last few days with COVID-19, but his son says he's been released to continue recuperating at home. As a player, you know, Patrick helped the Georgetown Hoyas win the NCAA championship in 1984. He went on to a 17-year NBA career, mostly with us, the New York Knicks, because I'm from New York. 57-year-old Ewing has been the men's basketball coach at his alma mater since 2017. President Trump is threatening to take the upcoming GOP National Convention out of North Carolina if the governor of the Tar Heel state does not agree to allow for full attendance at the presidential nominating confab. That event scheduled for 4 days starting August 24th in Charlotte. Trump complains in tweets that the governor, Roy Cooper, has not yet fully opened his state, Cooper doesn't do so immediately. He'll be forced to find another site for his convention. Governor Cooper says he will treat the event like all others. Right now, gatherings are limited to only 10 people. Two lawmakers calling on the federal government to investigate the federal government, calling on the federal government, let me get this straight, to investigate the fatal police shooting of a black female emergency medical tech named Breonna Taylor and the arrest of her boyfriend. California Senator Kamala Harris and Florida Congresswoman Lucy McBath, both Democrats, they're asking. 3 cops say they were executing a no-knock search warrant at Breonna Taylor's apartment at 1 a.m. March 13th, looking for 2 drug suspects who actually had been apprehended at another location. And the family says that's what happened.
Because of incompetent police work, they went in her house and just took her from us. And for us to just have to find that strength to move on without her is just going to be so hard. And this is only the beginning. And I want Kenny to know we fighting for you too. You did not deserve this. This should have never happened.
He also shot with his licensed gun because he didn't know what was going on, but prosecutors have since dropped the charges against Kenneth Taylor. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, we all know former Vice President Joe Biden has been trending in the news. Don't we? Don't we know that? First, receiving a lot of backlash for his previous morning show comments saying, if black voters vote for Trump, then they ain't black. What? Biden has since apologized for his comments.
I believe that, though. He shouldn't have said it, but I believe it.
He just couldn't say it. He couldn't say it, Tommy.
And he has the right to say it. Biden has since apologized for his comments and said he should not have been so cavalier. Also trending political news, Joe Biden criticized President Trump for his weekend golf trip in Virginia.
Hold on. You know, I understood the black comment. You know, I think he tried to be, funny. He was talking to Charlemagne and all of this, man, who does a great job with these interviews. He's becoming, that guy. You know what I mean? Because he's really a sharp guy on stuff like they invite him on everything. And, I talk with him all the time. I'm really proud of the way it's becoming. Here's the deal. We have 2 choices in November. Both of them are white men in their 70s. I happen to belong to several country clubs. I have been privy to some jaw-dropping conversations in the locker room, at the 19th hole, on the course. I've been privy to some conversations. What you're hearing or what you heard him say is nothing compared to what they say. This is just the stuff that you're getting to hear clips of. Folks, let's stop playing around here. You've heard some of the stuff Donald Trump has said.
Yeah.
And if you can tell me that Donald Trump has not trumped that statement times 50.
Squared.
Yeah.
And I got news for you. What he's really said at Malargo and on the golf course and in the boardroom is amazing. These are 70-some-year-old white men. Now, do you give them a pass for that? No. But you also don't give them a pass by not voting. That you cannot do.
See, that's the thing. You can't take your vote
you cannot do.
And use it against Joe Biden because he said something you didn't like, which means, like you always say, Steve, if you don't vote for Biden, it's a sure vote for Trump.
Hey, can I say this here? And I'm just talking to Tommy and Jay right now and Junior. We have said some stuff amongst ourselves that bet not
cannot come out.
Bet not to go cross a news feed line.
We're done.
I know. And the worst one was I do. For me. I don't know about anybody else.
Jay, we're not talking about your former marriages. All right, we're going to take a break right here, and we're going to come right back and continue this subject, Steve. That's coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so Steve, before we went to break, we were talking about Joe Biden and, you know, the comment he made, if black voters vote for Trump, then they ain't black. A lot of people were up in arms about it, upset about the fact that he said that, you know. He's apologized, of course, for those comments. Your
Yeah,
thoughts?
you know, it didn't really bother me. I knew he was trying to be funny and trying to just talking to Charlemagne and trying to make a statement. I look, man, like I said, I have heard
Way
white
worse.
men in their 70s make some statements at golf courses and boardrooms and sitting around joking, and man, that's nothing. And then I just look at what all Donald Trump has said.
Yeah.
And with no apologies attached to anything.
Before, during...
How about
before,
this one right here?
during and
Hey,
after.
Currently, right now.
This is the
He
one
became
that threw me.
president
Hey,
currently, yeah.
there's my African American.
Yeah.
I went,
right there.
oh,
He
you
said
have
that.
one?
He said that,
Oh, wait a minute,
yeah.
sir, excuse me, you have one? And you know, but it was so right after the P word comment and the buying the Stormy off and porno that it just get away from you.
Yeah. Things that he said about immigrants. There's some.
Oh, dog.
There's so much stuff.
But the thing about it is, I think the problem comes in is when people get mad about that statement, especially black people, and we decide to hold our vote back and not vote for Biden because he made that statement. You know what I mean? That could be the problem this coming November. If the, you know, that's the problem.
We shouldn't be that shallow.
And that's dangerous.
Yeah, and it's very dangerous, and like you,
very shallow. Right.
yeah, and like you say, if you're holding back because you're mad at Biden, then that is a vote for Trump. That's what that is.
But y'all, come on now. Let's be
That's
real.
right, Shirley. She's right. Yeah.
These are two 70-year-old white men. You really, if you're gonna be mad about that one, I got news for you. The stuff that's really been said, you would be devastated.
Right.
Let's move past this. Let's find something else. Because let me explain something to y'all. The Republican Party don't nitpick their people this way.
That's right. And Steve, can I say this? One of the main reasons Joe Biden is going to be, it looks like, the Democratic candidate is because he's Joe Biden, and he's been known to, you know, say things like this. When he was vice president under Obama,
That's
he
why I
did
liked
it, and
him.
people loved him for
I
it.
liked him for that.
And now we're nitpicking, like you say. Now we're nitpicking the things that come out of his mouth. I think he's being extra careful, actually. I don't think he's the unleashed Joe that he was under Obama.
Hey, look.
Who
Should
was
he
he
have
gonna
said
pick,
what he
though?
said after the fall for the or the pushback? Of course not. He apologized.
Right.
How many times has Donald Trump apologized? See, let me tell you something.
Not one.
No,
Not
He
one.
does so many
blame.
things that you
He
forget.
doubles down.
Y'all still done forgot that he done separated all those immigrant kids from their mothers.
Right.
See, y'all done forgot about that.
That's-
Y'all don't know that quietly he trying to push them right on back over the border right now. Don't nobody pay attention to this right here. He does so much stuff. He's an expert at deflection that he just does again. And now this conversation about if how do y'all feel about this statement? Because I've been hearing people say if he doesn't pick a black woman for president, for his vice presidential nominee, that he's finished. How do y'all feel about that?
Wow. I don't agree with that.
I think
I agree with that.
I think just the opposite. I think if he don't pick a
yeah.
white lady, he's doomed. That's what I think.
Well, you know why, you know why they say that. I think that the black people that are really into it like that, and they think that he owes black people something and all of that.
What is his agenda for Black America?
Yeah, and because they know that we as black people vote democratically and we're going to put him into office, those are the ones that are mad. My bigger issue is getting Donald Trump out. Now, whether that's with a black woman or with a white woman, I want Donald Trump out.
Well, some people
I
think
hope
a
that
black
answers your
person picked
question.
him. Since a black person picked him, he should pick somebody black.
Exactly.
Obama picked Biden.
Yeah.
Hey, when we come back, I want to say something about that statement.
All right. We'll be back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show and to continue this discussion right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right. Welcome to Steve Harvey Morning Show Politics. We're in there like swimwear this morning
Like
with
swimwear.
this. Yeah, this morning. So go ahead, Steve. You were
look,
saying.
we were talking about the statement that Joe Biden made, if you don't vote for him, you're not black, or stuff like that.
You ain't black.
Yeah, you ain't. I mean, look, he said it kind of like he said, and he apologized. Look, I don't care. I ain't got no time to get hung up on that. What do you mean we ain't black? No, come on, man. Come on. He shouldn't have said it. He apologized. How many times has Donald Trump said something with no apologies?
We can't count the
Separate.
I've never heard an apology. ever.
He never will. He's
never
not that guy because he doesn't care how you feel or think. He only cares about himself.
His agenda.
So that right there is a huge difference between him and Joe Biden. And the Democrats, man, we sit on TV and we try to play this self-righteous thing and dog him for saying this. Well, I better get on this dog Trump for what he said thing, because the Republicans are not going to do it. If you cut on Fox, Donald Trump can do no wrong. Now, if you're thinking that if Joe Biden picks a black woman for VP, then that'll mean that black people are thinking that, what's the black agenda? Let me forewarn everybody about something. You cannot run for the presidency of the United States with a black agenda. They are not going to allow that because you are the president of the United States.
Obama didn't
And
do
if
that.
you talking about coming here something specifically for black people, you're going to get ran up out of here. And white folks not going to accept that. And black folks ain't going to believe it. So where we at?
I disagree, and I think they will. The fact that they elected a black president twice, I think America would accept a black vice president. That's just my thinking. I know a lot of
I
people.
think it's
No,
different.
I would say
I think it's different when it
And you forget
when it
about
comes
those
to a
black
female.
people who were critical of Obama because he didn't have more of a specific black agenda. You forget about those
CJ, I
people.
was just saying that I don't think you can expect him to pick that because then it'll show a black agenda. I think the problem that this is what I'm afraid of in this country we're in because of the election of Donald Trump, because of the potential re-election of Donald Trump, with all that he's done that's so not representative of what you would want as a leader of this country, that how many followers he really have. If I think, and look, I'm going to vote for him. I surely will in a heartbeat.
Oh, Biden?
But I'm afraid that white America will run from a black woman because, let me tell you why I'm saying that. Because are going to be, oh no, not before one of us. And then you're going to go get a black woman and white men, I just don't know how they vote for have her run our country because there is still sexism in the mind of men. And you throw sexism and you put any form of racism in it, and we got a problem.
It's divided.
Now, do I think them sisters would do a great job? I think the ones
Hell
that we
yeah.
saw on TV with the list, hell yeah.
Stacey
I
Abrams
think them
could
girls
be
would get up in
president.
there and be bad with it.
Stacey
But
Abrams
I
could
just
be
don't think
president today.
America will do it. But if they get on this ticket, the Steve Harvey Morning Show gonna push like champs.
Oh, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
think
but a lot of
they
people
will
said that
vote.
about Obama. Was Obama?
Yeah, I think
was
that they
America
will vote,
ready?
and I think it would be a big help to his running for president in terms of the black vote.
In terms of the black vote,
But
it will.
I think he put himself in a corner by saying that now.
Yes,
I really do.
by saying it.
It
yeah.
would have been better because now we're all anticipating. Is it going to be black? Is it going to be white? Is it going to be Hispanic? Is it going to be older? Is it going to be younger?
You mean when he said Joe
A
Biden
woman.
said he was going to pick a woman?
right.
as
He
a
didn't
running
say a
mate.
black woman.
So
He
now
said
that
a
puts the
woman.
pressure on him. So with this, he no matter whoever he picks, he gonna piss off somebody.
Everybody's
As
gonna
opposed to
be
not,
somebody.
as
Somebody's
opposed to
gonna be
just
mad.
not putting it out there.
And even if he didn't say it, somebody would be mad. I mean,
Yeah, but
you
this,
can't
but
please
it's
everyone.
greater now with
But
people.
it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it is.
I saw the list of, and they had the three sisters. This wasn't the list. It was
Kamala
Abrams,
Harris,
Kamala
Stacey
Harris,
Abrams.
and then it was Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar,
from Minnesota,
and a lady out of Michigan.
Oh yeah.
She's
Gretchen,
good too. The governor of.
I'm okay
Michigan.
with any one of them.
Whitmer.
You got to get somebody where people have proven would have voted for, and who has been proven that they would vote for. Stacey Abrams has proven that people would vote for her. Kamala had people voting for her. Elizabeth Warren had people voting for her. And Amy Klobuchar had not only people voting for her, but she was saying some smart stuff that could have got,
I got a name.
I got it,
Someone
Steve.
who did not have name recognition. Sarah Palin.
Name recognition, all that you said, Steve. I got it.
Jay?
Who?
Megan Thee Stallion. Oh my God. That's my vote right there.
We vote.
Stop, Jay.
Put her on any damn ticket.
I'm a savage.
You hired
a lunch ticket, a meal ticket, a traffic ticket. What?
I'm a savage.
You are stupid. So Joe Biden and Megan Thee Stallion.
What? It's over. It's a done deal.
Jay, can you imagine them walking out the stage
Joe and Megan?
Joe and Megan? I'm a savage.
No. When she goes up against Pence gonna lose his religion. He gonna go, oh my Lord.
I can't beat this.
I can't beat this.
Yeah, but you know, man, they can't. When he said during the debates, would you have a woman as a running mate? He said, of course, if I win, then I will pick a woman. I think that painted him into a corner. But now listen to this, though. I think that he could not pick a man better than the women that's out there available.
I agree.
That's
with you.
what's
And
crazy.
That's a good statement. That's a good statement.
Only person that would make a great running mate for him is the governor of New York, Cuomo.
Oh my God!
If he would do it,
hey, man.
Hands down.
If he would do it,
He said
I
he's not.
Cuomo?
and that would squash the black woman talk too.
Yes.
They would accept that. You're right.
Because
You're
he
absolutely
has
right.
proven to be a leader. And this
Yeah.
is not to say there are plenty of qualified women,
Lots.
women.
Black,
Yeah.
white, Hispanic, a lot of them. You're right.
Plenty of them. But like you
Look,
say, he's
women in
painted
politics
himself
are
into a
very,
corner.
very qualified.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
It's just that we live in a male-dominated society, and that's what I'm afraid of with this vote. Because I'm telling you, man, that for Trump, when you listen to them talk, you go, wait a minute, excuse me? You're voting for a man who has done some things to his wives over the years that you all wouldn't agree with. And currently, while married, paid off a porno star $130,000 hush
Got away
money
with it. Got away
and walked a Playboy bunny into your home where your wife lives and shows her your wife's room where she spends
Gave her
most
a
of her
tour.
time.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute, man. I'm confused here. I'm so confused about that. And for women to turn around and okay that, when women are such in solidarity for one another when they get hurt by men and
sisterhood.
things like that, I just go, wait a minute, man. Are you all just ignoring the facts here? That kind of throws me a little.
Basically, the woman that had the shirt on that said, he can grab my pee
Right.
anytime.
Yes.
To me, that sums it all up.
Shirley, you're exactly right. But you know what? Women for Trump throws me like when I see blacks for Trump. They had that group of young blacks at the White House, and the president has done so much for black people. I wanted to go, yo little young stupid ass, what has Trump done for black people? I wish he was my nephew or something. I'd have knocked his monkey ass out when he came back off that TV. I'd have knocked his monkey ass out.
On that note, we're going to move on. That's politics, man. Coming up at the top of the hour, guys, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. Subject, noisy, naughty, new neighbor. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now.
Buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry letter.
All right, thank you, nephew. Subject, noisy, naughty, new neighbor. Dear Steve and Shirley, I am a 38-year-old married woman, and my husband and I have lived downtown in a nice condo for the past 6 years. We get along well with all of our neighbors, but a couple of months ago, a single young man moved into the condo next door to us, and now we're having a big issue with him. Since we've all been quarantined, our neighbor has been into porn, and it's driving my husband and I crazy. Every morning, we know when he wakes up because from about 8 to 9 a.m., we can hear moaning and groaning, cussing, all kinds of nasty stuff coming through the walls. And you can hear it in the hallway. He must be watching porn in stereo with his surround sound on. He has a very regular schedule of watching it in the morning for about an hour, and then again from around 1 till 2 a.m., 1 a.m. until 2 a.m. for up to about 90 minutes usually. Some afternoons he will turn on porn for what we assume is a quickie because it only lasts for about 30 minutes. My husband thought it was funny at first, and he jokingly told me to invite my younger sister over to meet him. I am sure it's hard being single and alone during the quarantine, but we need him to get some headphones so we don't have to know how he's passing the time. We are sick of hearing his freaky one-man shows, and I'm about to go to the Homeowners Association and let them handle it. My husband says to calm down because the guy will be embarrassed. So I told my husband either he has to talk to the neighbor or I'm reporting it. Is there any way we can deal with this in a polite manner? It's getting out of hand. No pun intended. Wow. Well, I agree with you 100%. I mean, you should not have to be uncomfortable in your own home. I don't care what it is, porn, whatever it is, you shouldn't have to be uncomfortable. I also agree that something needs to be done with this situation. If you all do decide to report him, I just say if you report him to the Homeowners Association, you're going to probably have to do that anonymously because it could cause major problems with your little nasty neighbor. It could. He might even turn it up louder. I suggest you and your husband leave a nice note, or just you maybe. Tell your husband you're doing it. Leave a nice note under his door asking him nicely to turn that mess down. But, make it a nice note. Maybe you can mention headphones to him. He should try headphones. Mention ear pods. Put a please and thank you in there. Don't judge him or anything. Or, you and the other neighbors in the building could also get together and go to the home association or write a note to the home association. And because it's a problem, I mean, it is a problem. It's disturbing. It's too loud. He could turn it down. What's wrong with him turning it down? Why does it have to be so loud? Surround sound is booming and there. So write a nice note. If that doesn't work, then go to the home association with an anonymous note. If that doesn't work, get together. You guys got to have a meeting then, and somebody's going to have to say something to him. He doesn't have to know that it's you. They can do it anonymously, but yeah, something definitely has to be done. I say do it in the form of a discreet note. Steve?
I disagree with everything Shirley just said, 1,000%. I disagree with everything she said. It ain't your damn business, and why, oh why? So I told my husband either he has to talk to the neighbor. But why would you put this on your husband? What?
She can't go over there by herself.
Why is she going over there? It's quarantine.
It's
We're going through it in here. Now this boy by himself. See, you got a husband over there. This boy, this young man, he in there by himself. He wake up at 8, he ain't got nowhere to go. Click, click. He got all Stormy's tapes.
Stormy's tapes.
Stormy Daniels?
Yeah.
But they're moaning and groaning and cussing, Steve?
Yeah, see, Shirley, you ain't watched
loud.
porno.
Loud like that?
Oh, you better. What? You ain't. And so the only thing I'm confused about, are they listening to him or is it the tapes that they playing that's loud?
I think it's the tapes because she said the surround sound. She mentioned all of that.
Yeah, see,
That's a problem.
Well, you know. Now, there's a lot of porn where it ain't no cussing in it. But Black Tail is all cussing.
It's
that's
race is not mentioned in here.
all that's cussing.
So it could be that.
Yeah, it could be he on Black Tail. Black Tail is all cussing. There's profanity through the whole thing. When I come back, I have a suggestion for this married couple on how to handle it, and you're probably not going to agree.
So what could he be watching again, you said?
Black Tail.
All right, Steve, hang on. We'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Subject, noisy, naughty, new neighbor, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, let's recap today's Strawberry Letters. Subject, noisy, naughty, new neighbor. What you got?
You know, this 38-year-old married couple living in a condo. They've been having a nice time. Then this young dude had moved in, crossed the hall at quarantine. He can't go nowhere. And he into porn, and it's driving her and her cousin crazy because he wake up, and from 8 to 9, he cut the porn on. Now, he got it up loud. He got it up loud. So they can hear the people in the porno tape. Ah, spank it! You know, they hearing this. Bend me over! You know, they hearing this. At 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. So Jay and I are going to do a react me. Jay, you are going to say things that are said in porn, one-liners that's said, and I'm gonna show this couple how to do it. Because here's what has to happen. If this young man is getting on your nerves, because it's too loud, you're gonna have to out loud him. What? Only way you're gonna have to out loud him. So what you're gonna have to do is, since he got y'all's attention, y'all gonna have to get his attention.
Oh my goodness.
Now you're gonna hear some things coming from this porno movie, but I want you to knock on his wall and respond.
Right.
Like I tell you to. Now Jay is gonna do famous lines from porno movies.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna tell you what you and your husband have to beat on the wall and holler back. And then maybe he'll go, well, damn.
Ready?
All right, so now let's go. Okay, the porno movies are. Go ahead.
First one is this right here. Is that wax hot enough? That's what you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear that. Is that wax hot enough? Is that wax?
Hell no! Heat it up some more.
There we go.
What?
There we go.
See, you want to.
Yeah.
Hell no! Heat it up some more.
All right, so yeah, I like that, Steve. I like that.
Come on,
You're gonna hear this. You're gonna hear this. You're gonna hear this. Is that Jello cold? Is that Jello cold? Huh? Is it cold?
Yes, it's cold. It's too cold. It's too cold. It's too cold. It's too cold. I can't do this now.
Stupid.
All right, you gonna hear this. You gonna hear this. You gonna
Just
hear
all
this.
this, I want you to beat on his wall and
When
say
you hear
this
what's
back.
in the porno, beat on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you take another strawberry? Can you take another strawberry?
I like peaches. I like peaches. Get some peaches, boy.
Okay, all right. You're going to hear this. You're going to hear this right now.
Come over here and get your ass really choked. Come on over here so I can really choke your ass. Come on over here. Come over here. 409. Come to 409.
That's your apartment.
Because we choking over here. We're damn near kill you.
right, here we go. Another one. The porno
Hey,
sound.
Junior.
You want creamy or chunky peanut butter? Which one you want? Creamy or chunky? Which one you want? Which one you want?
Just put it in here. Don't give a damn what it is. Just put it in here. Put it. Wait a minute. Get the spoon, Herman.
Herman? Why is it always Herman?
Don't use your hand. Get the spoon.
I love it. You want? Here we go. You want a shoe or a belt? Which one you want? Or
harder. You gonna have this little young boy next door going, damn, what the hell?
What the hell going on?
You messing up my porno.
Oh, man. Come on, Jay. Oh, man.
All right, got one more.
I hate the both of you. I just want you to know that.
Completely with everything.
Everything.
This is how you do it.
I'm loving it.
One
Shut
more,
up,
Steve.
shut up, Tommy.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, man. How about that? Am I bending that leg far enough? Have I bent that leg far enough, girl? Huh? Have I bent it far enough?
Put it on my ear. Put it on my ear. You doing nothing. Put it on the ear, your little punk ass. Tell me your leg back. It go further back than that. Wish you was over here. Get your heel out of me.
Get your heel. All right, I got one more. I got one more. I got one more. All right.
Oh, gosh.
All right, I need to know, are you tied up tight enough? Are you tied up tight enough? Huh?
Chains, boy. Chains. All this velvet rope with your punk ass. Where the chains at?
Take the chains
I like
off the
chains.
All right.
The enemy is here. The enemy.
I got one more, Steve. I got one more. One more. That's a cattle prod right in your ass. You like that? A cattle prod right in your behind, huh?
Oh, now you're doing it now. Oh, you doing it now, boy. That's what I've been waiting on. Put that hot poker on me. Scorch me. All I can smell is I smell skin. Yeah.
All right. We got it, guys. Thank you. Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. And check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, J. Anthony Brown has released a new fire song. We're going to talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so Jay, you got a new song. What's this song? I heard it's fire
song,
now.
But here's the problem I have when I bring out music. Like, I don't think I get treated like other people who come on the show and introduce music. I don't get an interview. I don't get the shout out. And I'm constantly producing music. I have produced a lot of music. I've been off for a while, but I just want to be treated like the
Anthony
Rosses.
Hamilton.
You know, I want to be treated like that. This is an original song, and I want the same love.
All right, well, Steve, introduce him then. Introduce him. He's a star. Introduce. Can you please?
Ladies and gentlemen, another damn friend of mine. Come on, Jay.
This song is not going to insult anybody. It's dedicated to people who are living with somebody, and they're going through it. Hit it. It says, you know, I've been keeping my eye on what's being reported about the quarantine. A lot of songs about how we gonna get through this, how we gonna make it, and a lot of positive songs and wash your hands and all that's good. But I have a song today that really speaks to a group of people who are really going through it. The song is dedicated to you. I think you know who you are. I'm not sick with the virus, baby, but I'm really sick of you. I'm not sick with the virus, baby, but I'm really sick of you. Every day we spend together, one day feels like two. I'm not sick with the virus, baby, but I'm really sick of you. can't stand it when you sit. I can't stand it when you talk. And it gets on my nerve when you get up and walk. I'm not sick with the virus, baby, but I'm really sick of you. I had enough. I can't take it. How long is this gonna last? Father God, somebody tell me. I hate the very existence of you.
My boy is greatness.
bitter.
You hear me? Greatness.
The bitterness is just overwhelming at
It's
times.
real, Steve. Like the struggle. It's
who
real.
wants
It's
to
like,
hear
man,
that?
he don't write uplifting songs. He just,
He don't have one.
I'm not sick with the
I'm
virus,
not sick with the virus, baby, but I'm just sick of you.
Yeah. Like when you stand, when you talk. All right. Coming up next, we'll talk about this golf thing with these superstars. That's coming up at the top of the hour. And Junior's here with Sports Talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Junior. Sports Talk with Junior, ladies and gentlemen. What you got, Junior?
Shirley, we've told you this before.
What?
This is not sports talk.
What is this?
This is just something we heard in sports.
All right.
Because we ain't got nothing on right now.
Yeah.
All right, y'all heard about it. You know, it was a rainy day, but it was a great day for the match champions for charity. Phil Mickelson, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Tiger Woods played over the weekend for a COVID-19 relief fund charities. At one point, though, during the game, Tom Brady ripped his pants.
What?
Not to mention, Charles Barkley decided to talk to Tom Brady. Take a listen.
Come on, man. I'm going to give you some shots, man. I want some of you.
It'll turn on. Don't worry, it ain't over yet.
Go in!
Yeah! Goodness! You made it! Wow! Wow!
Hey, man.
Check.
I got that's all too.
Shut your mouth, Chuck. Take a little of that medicine.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow.
Go ahead, Tom.
And Junior, I want to thank you for calling me and reminding me to look at it because I saw the whole match.
Yeah, man, it was good, wasn't it? It was
You know,
good,
Tom
man.
Brady, I mean, man, they all play golf. You know, well, man. I mean, Tom Brady had a rough front nine, but who ain't?
Yeah.
Who ain't? He couldn't find the fairway, but who ain't? I've spent the whole game looking for my ball before.
Boy,
No, man.
I done went through a case. What is you talking about?
Okay,
Yo.
A whole sleeve of
12.
balls, Tommy.
12.
A sleeve.
12. A sleeve is 3.
Well,
Dog.
That's a
Junior,
case,
that's
right?
dog, that ain't impossible.
No.
Dog, let me tell you something, man. One time I was in Vegas, or Arizona, I think. I was on a par 3. It was over water. It was a simple shot, 160 some yards. And I can do that, man. 5 balls in a row
gone.
in the water.
Oh, really?
5 in a row. I said, man.
And you keep trying to prove it that you can do it. That's the
Dog,
problem.
and every time I swung it, I thought it was perfect swing. And that ball just drifted. This one looked like it'll hold.
Right in
So
the
I
wall.
just get, and man, oh God, 5 in a row, man.
That's the sound it makes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, why was Charles Barkley out
He plays golf, right?
there? Yeah,
He's a
but
golf. He
got
plays
the
golf,
most-
huh?
No, he don't play. He just out there. He not.
You know, I never did see his bogey challenge. How did that go?
It didn't go good at all. It's Charles. You seen Charles Barkley swing?
Yeah.
He's not really impressive. I don't know if he's fighting with the stick and the ball.
So
You don't know
Junior,
what Charles doing.
So Junior, he was trying to make a bogey. They was betting
Yeah.
that he wouldn't make a bogey. It was on the
And he
18th
didn't.
hole.
Yeah, he didn't even make it. Charles just be out there. I don't even know why he just, the ball sometimes, the ball, hey, the ball sometimes, hey, Kobe play golf, Tom Brady paid everybody in the fairway, hey, Charles, why are you out here? Don't
But,
nobody
man,
know why Charles
used to be-
Tiger in the wood, huh?
Hey, dog, Charles used to be a really, really good player, man. But he
He did,
developed
that's what I
his
heard.
yip in his swing, and he couldn't get rid of it. He just come down and he stopped. But Charles used to be a really, really good player. Man. Something happened. He developed a yip, and mentally he just can't get rid of it.
Oh, you just don't get over it, but you know, Charles' stomach is at the same level of that might be what the problem is. Right in the
You gotta let him have that, Junior.
Hey, man, you know
ball
who
all
looks
them years,
really
he
good
rich.
now
Let him
talking
have
about
that.
sports? Shaquille O'Neal, man. Doc, have you seen how great a shape Shaquille done got in, man?
Shaq looking good.
I haven't seen
Dog,
him.
Shaq, man.
I ain't seen Shaq.
Dog, this quarantine. Dog, look at Shaq. Oh, boy, he done.
Good.
Man.
Good for him.
Go ahead, Shaq. Shaq nasty to this.
All right.
That's all we heard in sports.
All right. Thank you, Junior.
That's all it was, too.
Okay.
Coming up, we'll have more of today's trending stories on the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, J. Anthony Brown, this story is for you because you love you some movies, okay? Well,
Movies
movie
and white
theaters...
women. Movies and white women. Go ahead.
And not necessarily in that order.
In
Tommy.
that order, right? Will movie theaters, Jay, be a thing of the past is the question. Movie studios have been offering some of their new releases through streaming services during the coronavirus pandemic, and it seems most people really, really like being able to watch new movies at home.
Could I ask this question, guys? What does that mean, streaming? What are they referring to?
When you watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, like
Netflix,
you can see it on Netflix, Hulu,
Amazon.
yeah, Prime,
Apple.
yeah.
So how do
Peacock.
the movies economically make money versus going to the theater? Do they get paid when they buy the movie at home or something?
Well, they're selling movies now. You have to buy the movie at home.
Yeah, you can rent it or buy it at home. Yeah, and then you pay for the service as well.
But
yeah,
some
you
of
can
these
rent the
theaters
movie
have a
right
lot of real estate that they got to cover. 21, 35 theaters. That's hard to fill that back up when we come back off of this.
Oh, but I love going to the movies.
I do too.
though.
You know, I
love
love
it.
It's fun to go to.
Jay, yeah.
But
That's
now
a
they're
date.
saying that drive-ins might get a little bit more.
Yeah,
that
I've
might be
heard that,
good.
Tommy.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I'm actually
Remember the drive-in movie, huh?
hell yeah, dog. That was y'all don't understand. That was a joint.
Bring it back. I like it.
Yeah, I love the
I like
drive-in.
that.
Mhm. Well, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show and some trending stories coming up at 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In trending Detroit news, once known as the hip-hop mayor for his swag, former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick was convicted back in 2013 and sentenced to 28 years after his public corruption trial. However, now we're hearing that Kilpatrick could be released soon, possibly by the second week in June. So in a few weeks, due to the coronavirus.
I like
yeah.
that a lot.
I like that because
Not you,
I thought he was on.
R. Kelly, not you. Put your stuff down. R. Kelly, you're not going home. I know. You're not going.
Now Kwame, my boy, I played golf with his father too.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We sure do.
Kwame gonna get out of prison soon,
Yeah, second week in June, you're
and
saying.
really
Steve.
praying and hoping that he does. And if he does, we got some things that he need to know before he get out.
Hurry
Oh,
up.
do we?
Just some things.
Just some stuff, Yeah.
Yeah, Kwame, men are wearing their haircuts lower now. So if you might want to get the prison barber to kind of tighten you up before you get out. Get one last barber tight cut before you come out. And here's another one, Kwame. Listen to this here. As soon as you get out, you're going to meet some of your old friends and you're going to try to give them a high five. We not doing that no more. This COVID thing is real out here. All we doing is elbow bumping now. Also, I saw you exercising on the prison yard. Them great big old over-the-head headphones. Unless you doing a radio show, they out. They got these things now, Kwame, called pods. You just put it right in your ear. Man, now Kwame, they gonna trip you out when you get out, man, but you gotta get you some. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you a couple pair.
I hate him.
Now, here's something else, Kwame. If you get out, you're going to want to cut back on a whole lot of your jewelry.
Oh, you know.
Too much bling, Steve?
Yeah, I want you to do that.
They're not doing change.
And also, Kwame, them big cross-colored jackets and them embossed jackets and bomber jackets with money on it and all that and pleats and ain't no more suits got 10 buttons on it. All that's out.
Coming up, our last break of the day.
Hold on. Yeah, I got it. It is the last break of the day.
Okay, that's the stupidest one you've ever done.
That's craziest one ever.
That one right there.
Time is still off.
You actually took time. that was.
He rang an alarm.
And of course,
old school telephone.
Yeah. And of course, also coming up at 49 minutes after the hour, some inspirational closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are, last break of the day on this Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day. It's been a good day. We talked a lot of politics today. We had a lot on our hearts today, huh?
Ooh, so much going on.
But just remember to wear your mask and wash your hands. That's all we ask. Stay safe, please.
Just mask yourself. Wash your hands with your mask yourself.
But you know what, man, you've got to understand, y'all, listen to me. It's too many commercials on TV. It's too many famous people. It's too many educated people telling you. It's too many mayors telling you to stay home. It's too many well-thinking, well-wishing people who care more about your safety and your health than to get the economy rolling. I understand you want to go back to work. I get it. I would risk going back to work to save my family too. I ain't gonna lie to you, I would. But partying has nothing to do with saving your family. Going to the beach ain't got nothing to do with saving your family. Those types of things you can avoid. That's just being... You can't even ask nobody to watch over you in that set of circumstances. If you were forcing yourself to go back to work to take care of your family, I get it. But this other stuff you don't need to do. I was talking to a friend of mine and I was reminding him. He was asking me, he always checks on me. He said, man, how you doing, man? And he was kind of struggling a little bit today. And I mean, I have my moments in this quarantine. I'm not gonna kid you. I've had a couple of moments where, I just want to get on a plane, man. I just want to go somewhere. I want to go do something. I don't have a job that I hate, so I don't mind going back to work. But I've had some moments, and I was talking to him, and he was saying he was going through it today, and he was asking me how do I handle it. And one of the ways that I handle the quarantine and the whole COVID situation is I handle it just like I've learned to handle all of my dark moments, with gratitude. Joy and depression cannot reside in the same space. So what you have to do is you have to replace negative thoughts, within the words of Joel Osteen, with power thoughts. You have to start thinking yourself out of your circumstances, because if you allow negative thoughts to process and to exist, they flourish and they grow. And negative thoughts turn into negative results, and negative results turn into a negative life, and a negative life turns into a negative existence. And if you stay there, you start thinking some horrible thoughts. I choose not to think of myself in the middle of a crisis. I try to look at myself, what miracle is God working in my life that I'm about to be a part of? What miracle is going on in my life that I'm participating in? Because, man, it's got to be something to this. Because, I mean, if you're a person of faith and a believer, you've got to know that God didn't bring you this far to leave you, right? Hold on. I was thinking about how I was handling it. And I think I've said on the radio before, I'm not in the middle of a crisis. I'm actually in the middle of a miracle. So what I do is when I find myself in situation that seems a bit harsh, a little bit unbearable, or I don't see no way out, I start thinking of all the times God has brought me through when I thought there was no way. And I wanted to remind people of how I do it, because throughout the Bible, there is stories of people who were in crisis situations that turned out to be a miracle. And so I go to those moments right there. You know, when I think of Daniel, and they threw Daniel in the lion's den as a form of punishment, and Daniel was thrown in the den with nothing but hungry lions. I don't know if you could think about this, but that's a moment of crisis right there. That had to be a moment of crisis. Well, the next day when all the kings and rulers opened up the hatch to look back down there, Daniel was sitting up against the wall and all of the lions was crouched in the corner, and no harm had came to Daniel. Because what Daniel had done is when he got in this moment of crisis, he went to the one source that he knew about that acted and performed at its highest level in crisis moments. I remember the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego got thrown in a furnace of fire, and none of them got burned. I'm pretty sure if somebody throws you in a furnace of fire, that's a crisis situation. But when you put God in the mix, it turned out to be a big miracle for them people. You feel me? I know when Samson was one of the strongest men, but then he got involved with the woman, and all of a sudden he lost his eyesight and his hair. But all of a sudden, in that last moment of strength, if he called on the Creator, he found himself in the middle of a miracle. When Jonah got swallowed up in the belly of the whale, I'm pretty sure that was a crisis situation, but it ended up all too well for him. I mean, when Job was covered with boils from the crown of his feet, from the crown of his head to the tip of his toes, and the devil was challenging him and took everything from him, and then Job ended up being one of the wealthiest men in the world. He was in a crisis. What about them 5,000 people that was in the middle of a desert starving, and all they had was 5 fish and 2 loaves of bread, and they all ended up eating? I'm pretty sure they were sitting there looking, going, man, this ain't enough food, this a crisis. It ended up being a miracle. When Pharaoh was chasing Moses and his people across the sea, and all that water was being held back, them people running across that ocean floor, you don't think they felt like they was in the middle of a crisis? No, they felt like that, but when they got on the other side, they found out they was in the middle of a miracle. God can perform miracles if you just believe. You ain't really got to be sitting over here in a crisis. You could actually be in the middle of a miracle. He's done it before. Why would he not do it again? Those are my closing remarks.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Preach, Steve.
Yes, sir.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit steveharveyfm.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.